Is this thing on? Hi! Thank you for joining me on my flower tangent today. I'm Deborah. Nice to see you guys. Well, I don't really see you, but nice for you to see me. Oh, such a jokester. Anywho, I did something different this time. I had my husband go to the store. He actually went to Bristol Farms. And when he picked up dinner, he also picked up flowers for me. And I'm going to make an arrangement from the flowers that my husband Blaine picked up from the store. Here's what the flowers are. I didn't give him any direction, nothing. I just said, pick up some flowers, whatever you buy, I will be able to create an arrangement. So here's the flowers that my husband got for me. He got me these green bells of Ireland, and they're kind of pokey, so I'll be careful when I'm showing you. That's what they look like this. So they're cool, bells of Ireland. So I only have a little bit of greens, and look at these teeny weeny sunflowers. They're so tiny, super cute. These purple irises, which you've seen before. Last but not least, white hydrangeas, right here. That's it. That's all I have to work with. So let's see how this goes. I have to admit, I would not have probably purchased this array of flowers altogether, but I told him get whatever you want, and so he did. He must have liked these ones somehow for some reason. Probably because they were cheaper, I don't know. They don't look cheaper, but maybe that's why. I got this container that I'm gonna use. This was actually a candle, and it was actually a, Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper. It was a candle from her collection, Magnolia Hand and Hearth, or whatever it's called, at Target. And I obviously used all the candle in it and melted the remaining wax at the bottom when it was done and cleaned it out really well. And now I'm using it as a flower container. Cool, right? Or you can put another candle in it, or whatever. I'm going to stick floral foam in here. It's like a metal pot with like a gold stripe around it. I like it. It's like rustic and funky. So I'm going to put floral foam, a chunk of floral foam in here. I've had it sitting in my bucket to soak up. So let me clarify any confusion about the floral foam. You can buy wet floral foam and dry floral foam. They are both dry when you buy them, people. One is not wet when you buy it. My husband was like, you better tell them that it's not wet when they buy it. And I thought that was like assumed, but I know more information is better, and no question is a dumb question. And so if you were wondering whether or not the floral foam is wet when you buy it, it is not. It is all dry, but it will say wet floral foam on it. So look for the foam that has wet floral foam. If it says wet oasis, that works as well. I already cut my brick down a little bit to be kind of the size of the container. So I'm going to just push it down, and it'll probably like cut itself from my container. See that? Boom, I'm done. That was so easy. So I'm just gonna push it down so that there's a little bit, like a half an inch, actually a little less on here, under the top of the container, so that when I put moss in, if I'm putting moss in at the end, which I probably will, then it can sit in the container and not fall out as easily. So I think I will start with my hydrangea. Usually I kind of start with the biggest flower that takes up the most space, and then kind of layer it up from there. I'm a big layerer. You guys know that by now, probably. I'm gonna measure it against my container, and it's not gonna stick out very far. I don't have many flowers. Remember, the longer the stem, the more flowers you need to fill in. So if you tighten it up a bit, if you have a small container or you have a big container and you don't have that many flowers, which I do not, I'm going to bring my flowers in to stick out maybe only like an inch or so from the top of the container. The stem will stick into the foam like an inch and a half or something like that. You don't have to shove it all the way down to the bottom. So stick it where I want it and then cut it. The beauty of floral foam is that it stays the stem stays exactly where you place it. There we go. I did that. All right, I'm gonna make a triangle effect with my hydrangea so that it's spaced out kind of evenly with my little container. And this container is only about 4 inches wide in the opening, so it's not that big. And you really don't need to cut the stems very long when you have floral foam in a small container. So these how short. I have one more stem of hydrangea and then triangle it. Okay, see that? Okay, I think what I'll do next is some of the green boughs of Ireland, and I'm gonna cut them short as well. They're not gonna stick up too much. They're just gonna add a little bit of green here and there and take off the little bottom ones, but be careful, these ones have pokey, sticky outy things. So basically the purpose of me showing you this video that I didn't pick out the flowers, so I don't know how it's gonna go exactly. Sometimes I have an idea in my head of like what container I'll use, what the flowers are, you know, based on what the flowers are that I buy. And normally I buy the flowers that I like, that I see in the moment, unless I have a specific agenda, which a lot of times I don't. If I don't have an agenda and I'm buying flowers, I just buy what I think looks really good. So now that I didn't have anything in mind and I didn't even buy these, it's a little more tricky, but I can do it, I think. I'm gonna clump these boughs of Ireland together. Also, you see how spindly these are at the top? So to make it look more full, I'm gonna see how this looks. I've done this before with some greens that I've had. Let me cut it and bring it closer to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide my cut way down underneath and see if I can use 2 parts of this instead of just one long stem. Let's see if we can cheat and do that. Oftentimes you can. I think you can, because see, you can't even see where I cut it. So it'll just look like green where I want the green to show. Let me add my sunflowers in. So I've layered up with, starting with my white hydrangeas, triangle effect with those. Then I put in the greens, the bells of Ireland. Then I did my sunflowers, spaced them out evenly, and now I'm adding the purple iris and spreading them out evenly. And they kind of look like little butterflies peeking out. It's kind of cool, actually. Okay, that's it. I've used all my flowers. So I'm going to finish this off. This was a quick little arrangement, a surprise arrangement, a mystery arrangement, because I didn't know what I was getting. So it's kind of funky. All right, here's my moss. Got it on Amazon, super moss. I have the sheep moss and then the chartreuse colored reindeer moss, I believe it's called. And I'm gonna add some of the reindeer moss. Just finishes it up in case there's some areas where you can see the foam. And you don't want to see floral foam ever.
Never, ever.
Plus, I like the way the moss looks. And there we go. I think I'm all finished. So you can see the moss in there. Just peeks out here and there. There's the mystery flower arrangement for the day. I think it turned out pretty nice, sight unseen. Good job, Blaine, wherever you are. You did a good job getting these flowers. I'll go put them on my dining table now. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned that you could buy whatever flowers, buy the ones that are on sale or, you know, whatever, and put them in a little candle holder that's empty. Clean it out and you can reuse it. I love reusing containers, as you know. And then stick them in the foam. Get some foam from Amazon. You'll use it a lot, I promise. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on my flower tangent today. Please share, tell your friends and family members if you like what you see, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now. Mwah.